Are we okay now?
Yeah, we're okay.
We're good? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, Nintendo is not doing great. Sales for the last year were 2.7 million Wii U's,
Which is kind of pathetic.
which is even lower than they thought it would be.
Well, considering they sold like that many Wii's in 2 days, I would say I would be pretty disappointed by that too. So, yeah,
So, yeah,
they
that's all I really remember from that news. Because I saw it as like, well, this is not a surprise.
it's
We
like
knew
to the
that
shock
Wii U
of no
was
one.
selling that well.
Yeah, because the only part of the story I saw was like they reported like it was like 400 million or something loss or some crap like that. And I was like, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, the money printer has turned into a money incinerator because it's all gone up in smoke.
It's like on the same conveyor belt, just like coming out of one, just going right into the.
So we're just pulling the switch.
Pops out S and falls into a Wii U.
It's like, huh.
From
Wow.
print to burn. That easy.
It's kind of sad because it's like at one of their was it their first E3 or was it the one that they skipped? The one where they like announced like X and Fire Emblem Cross SMT and all that other stuff that was going on, and then we saw like none of it except Pikmin 3 came out finally. So it's like,
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, none of that stuff is out.
huh. Yeah. And what's worse is even when you were like last year when they were doing their thing, you were talking about how all their stuff was like coming out in 2014, coming out in 2000.
Yeah.
And it's like none of this stuff is even seems like it's close to being released. So it's like,
Like, why did you even show it then?
it's
Like,
like yeah,
you could have shown it at E3, and then it's coming out tomorrow. That would be super exciting.
that would be pretty awesome actually.
But no, now it's late in our minds.
Basically, despite the fact that it's only been like 5 months into the year. So, but yeah, it's their own fault. It's their own fault.
Well, I think it's because all of us are on PlayStation mostly, and so we're seeing lots of games come out. And in comparison, Nintendo just has nothing going on.
That is true.
Like Mario Kart is coming, Kirby. You like Kirby?
I do. Oh my god, I do. So much. But then the next one won't be coming out anytime soon. So there's that.
I guess the Donkey Kong game came out. That's something.
Oh yeah.
Smash Brothers is coming.
But the 3DS one's getting theirs first before the Wii U even gets there. You know what they should have did is like not announce the 3DS version until after the Wii U version was released, because I feel like that's gonna steal some of the thunder from the Wii U, because it's like you kind of could have used that at least as like a console mover, but now I already have a 3DS. Now I don't have to spend $300 to play Smash Brothers, because I already got one console that'll play it. So yeah.
Yeah, I read the funniest thing on one of the Polygon articles in like the comments is like the person was like, there are 3 to 4 games on the Wii U that I like to play or something, and there's only 2 to 3 games on Xbox One and PS4 that I want to play. So I'm like, so there's only one more game that they don't have that you're holding out for with your Wii U. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's like, that'll change after E3. Yep.
Maybe they're just a really big Mario fan.
It's like, sorry dudes, you
Alright,
chose
then.
wrong. I had so much fun just reading all the Defense Force comments. It was great. I was like, I'm not on this team anymore. It feels so liberating.
Didn't Mario Kart 8 come out recently?
It's almost up. It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not out yet?
Yeah.
Oh, JK then. Sorry. Well, there goes that. Because that game at least looks pretty. So, I mean, and I've seen a lot of good impressions of it from people who've, I guess, either gotten review copies of it or whatever's going on with that, but it looks pretty at least. Their art style does lend well to HD, though. It's sad that they don't really use it all that often, because, the whole no games thing. So,
That doesn't mean they don't use it. They just haven't got around to it yet.
Uh-huh. And when exactly do they plan on getting around to selling that console they released like 2 years ago?
Well, they don't have the experience with HD visuals that everybody else does.
It they've had time at this point. They've had time. There's
The other guy is a generation.
ah
It's bad.
that hard, huh? Well, I mean, I can only assume that the Wii U was at least in development for some time before they released it, so they kind of had time to play with it beforehand, and they don't really have a generation to wait to sell the Wii U. So, I mean, it may be too late by the time E3 rolls around, and then what? Then what? Because they're already not getting like all these games that are multi-platform. They're still not getting them. So it's like, what do you do? What do you do now? So
The classic Nintendo. You just go, well, we have these games and they're so much better, or something.
are they though? Are they? Are they Nintendo? 'Cause how's that been doing for you for the past year and a half? Not well. Yeah. 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 Because they already hasn't the Wii U already been outsold by both of the other consoles at this point?
Actually, no, the Xbox One hasn't yet.
Really?
Nope.
Interesting. I thought that would have still done decent.
There's around 5 or 6 million Wii U's,
Oh.
and Xbox One was at 4 point something.
I see. Interesting.
Soon, though, maybe. I mean, Mario Kart is coming out, and Xbox One has, nothing coming out in the near future, except, I guess, Watch Dogs,
Classic
maybe?
Microsoft. Yeah, but
then,
that's
like,
the
you don't,
platform.
you don't buy Xbox One for Watch Dogs.
Because that's also PC as well, too, right?
Yeah.
The other one, so
And PS4. So I was
it's
like,
like-
for console, same game.
yeah, but not on the Wii U.
Not for a while.
I mean, they say not for a while, but it's probably going to get silently canceled eventually. It's just like, yeah, you know what? Never mind, guys. Never mind. But got that Bayonetta 2 though.
Something.
So yeah. That.
Oh, too bad we never released it. Oh.
All right. Then there's that. Maybe it's coming 2014.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other stuff. Destiny apparently cost $500 million to make
That was
and market.
insane when I saw
Which
that.
is ridiculous. It's
insane.
like, that's a lot of money. That's more than Nintendo lost last year. But yeah,
Apparently GTA 5 was like 260 million.
Like-
So 500 million, that's sort of crazy.
but was
And
that
they're talking about
just like, did they say it's just to market and make, or was it
okay,
just
to make, market, it's because it needs servers and stuff like that, so there was also upfront cost to set up the infrastructure
Oh.
and all those things. So
because that's still like a lot of
yeah, it's a buttload of money, and analysts say they will need to sell 15 million copies to break even.
Holy
Oh
crap.
my, that is a
So
lot.
hopefully everyone who owns a console
Basically, that's pretty much what will have to happen. Because holy crap, that is that's a lot of pressure on one game. It's like it's like, just so you guys know, no pressure or anything, but you have to kind of sell 15 million just to keep your job. So good luck with that.
Well, that doesn't include like DLC and stuff like that. So if they're selling DLC, season passes, things like that, it could quickly reduce the number of copies they need to sell.
But
The other thing was, like, when they announced this partnership with Activision, the IP is supposed to be a 10-year IP.
Hmm.
So whether that means sequels or does it mean that it's going to be sort of a shooter MMO? It's just like Destiny expansion packs, which will be released or stuff like that.
But
Who
wouldn't those still
knows?
cost money to make too, though?
Um,
I mean,
maybe.
probably not as much as some, obviously, but I
Or
mean,
the unscrupulous way is, well, like the infrastructure and stuff that will be all already be there, so you
yeah.
won't have to do that again. But yeah. And I suppose once lots of people have it, you won't have to spend quite as much on marketing.
Yeah. That, huh.
Still,
That's still kind of quite a mountain to because like didn't like the best selling Call of Duty do like 15 million or something is what they did, or was that like in the first 2 days or something that they did or some crap like that?
they said it was $1 billion.
Ah,
So, yeah, I guess it would have been, huh?
but I mean, how many games have actually
Because
pulled
that's
that?
2 times 500 million.
It's like,
So maybe not that bad. Maybe they can do it.
but like I said though, how many games have actually pulled something like that off though? It's like yeah, Call of Duty could because it's like
One.
exactly. It's just like yeah, they did it because it's like it's a popular series, and they how many have they had in the series now to get to this point? So it's that's quite a hurdle to jump.
Yes. New games announced this week. This one's really exciting. Harmonix went to Sony and sort of, it was almost like those dude bro type deals where they were just like, hey, we want to make Amplitude because our fans are asking for it. Can we make Amplitude? And Sony was like, yeah.
Why
And
not?
so Harmonix launched a Kickstarter for an HD. This one, yeah, it's not an HD port. It is an HD remaster remake of Amplitude for the PS3 and PS4. As of now, they asked for 770 some $1,000, and they're closing in on $200,000 with 16 days left in
Oh
the
my.
campaign.
Oh, oh my.
But it's very exciting. It's going to be, leverage the new generation hardware for visuals. Totally new soundtrack made for this game. And yeah, the other thing they mentioned is like, well, we made that 10 years ago, so now we're 10 years older. And much of the original team that made Amplitude is still here.
That's dedication, guys.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Exciting. I want to play that game. So hopefully it gets funded in the next 2 weeks.
I've never played Amplitude before though, so I'm not sure.
Really? Tekken, you've played Amplitude, right?
Yeah, I have it. That in frequency. I enjoy it. I'm going to back
So
the
good.
Kickstarter.
I will back it.
Because I went on
$20.
there and then like I saw like the $15 tier, but then I saw it was limited and they had all sold out. I was like, ah, curses.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it fast enough.
Foiled again.
I think $20 is probably the tier that most people want,
Yeah.
which is game and a thank you, and probably in the credits, maybe. Who knows? But man, some of the higher tier ones sound really cool. Someone actually got the $3,501 tier, which is the
That's-
dinner with Tim Schafer.
That's an oddly specific amount.
Tim Schafer was like, "Who got it? I must know."
I would have totally paid for that if I could afford it, because he seems like he'd be interesting to meet.
That would be cool.
But why the $1? Why? That's my question. Like, it's so,
Oh.
it's so weird. But yeah.
A few DLC announcements for Outlast Whistleblower that came out already, and apparently Don't Starve is getting a
Saw that.
free multiplayer add-on at some point. First coming out to PC this summer, and then Well, they didn't say specifically, but first means that it will come to other places, right?
Eventually, maybe. No,
So they're shooting for 4 players.
isn't it called like "Don't Starve Together" or something like that, or some?
Yeah, don't starve together. Multiplayer version.
It's like
That's exciting. I think that game would be fun.
because I heard that game is pretty fun by
Yeah.
yourself, so I would
Really
imagine
hard.
not dying together would be all the more enjoyable. Unless you have to start eating each other, in which case, it's like, well, guys, we've come to this point.
That should totally be an option.
It might be. Might be. That's probably why they add. That might be the only reason they added multiplayer. That was like the first thing in the. It's like in the boardroom. Cannibalism. Yes, multiplayer. We're making it happen. Come on, guys. We'll just add everything else later. just do this.
Don't starve together. See, this way only one of us has to die.
It's like, guys, that would be interesting though, because then it all plays on the whole morals and stuff of your teammates, and it's like, who don't you trust the most, and all that stuff. Yeah, I would totally get that if I had a PS4, but I do not yet.
Dun, dun, dun. We got details on Drive Club PlayStation Plus edition. Apparently, it will come with. Originally, it was said that it would come with everything but less content. Now we know that less content means
One track.
well, one location.
Oh, location.
So there's more than one track in one location. There's 5 different locations in the full game, and you only get one of them in the PlayStation Plus version.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, so it's like less cars and less tracks. The other thing is that they announced the upgrade price, and this part is sort of confusing. I'm seeing different reports, but basically, if you play the PlayStation Plus version and you want to upgrade to the full version, it will cost you $50. And then some places are reporting that if your PlayStation Plus expires, then you lose access to the game.
Isn't it free to play though?
Even if you bought it? No, the game itself is like there's going to be a Blu-ray release, $60, a regular game release. But there's also a PlayStation Plus version, which originally it sounded like it would be, you could progress through the whole game. It's just that you wouldn't have as many cars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, oh, you don't get all the tracks either. And so it's more and more looking like sort of a demo version.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And then the weird part is, so if you spent $50, but then your Plus edition expires, then you just don't have any of the game.
Which doesn't make sense because it's like I bought this, so
the discounted, like, when you buy discounted things on PlayStation Plus, you keep those things. You don't lose all the games that you bought at a lower price.
like,
So why would this be different?
That is weird.
So I don't know what's going on with that. So hopefully someone clears that up. That would be great.
Because that would not be.
Doesn't that also
greatest
come out
stuff, yeah.
the same day as all those other games like Aliens and something else?
Yeah, October 7th. That is the day. There's
Well,
5 games on that day.
they have to beat out before November happens, so
They just don't care about
It's
each
so
other.
weird 'cause it's
They're
like
all
exactly a month after Destiny and before Call of Duty. It's like it's sandwiched like perfectly in between them both.
It seems insane. It's like Isolation was the first one, Alien Isolation. So okay, that's fine. That's a totally reasonable judgment. Then Dragon Age or Shadows of Mordor was announced for that day. So they were thinking, oh, it's just aliens. Everyone knows that aliens games suck. So Shadow of Mordor, which is also a licensed game which could suck, they're like, no, we can totally beat Alien. And then the weirdness began. Then it was like, EA, who publishes Shadow of Mordor, also decided to release Dragon Age Inquisition on the same day.
Because why not?
So maybe BioWare is just like, psh, those are both licensed games. We can totally beat them. Even though Dragon Age has been sort of in the past.
Yeah.
But they're just like, no, we can totally beat those games. And then what was the fourth game? Is Drive Club the fourth
Yeah.
game? They're just like, we're a racer. We're totally different from them. Plus, it's aliens and Lord of the Rings, whatever. Dragon
Those are
Age,
licensed games.
Or they're all just like
so-
looking at it like there's no overlap here. Nobody's gonna play all these games. They're just gonna play our game.
And then
Totally
there's
beat
Trioptical. It's like, I want all of these. What am I gonna do?
So now we just need one more, and we can say there's over $200 worth of games coming out that day.
One day. Three.
There's $240.
There's already over. Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. 'Cause if they're all.
My math is off.
Full
Sorry.
So,
That's what I meant to say the first time. Yes.
$10 more times $250.
yeah.
So
Actually, if it's one more, that'll be. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Maybe at 300.
300.
Yeah, one more, and yeah, $300 worth, which is ridiculous.
In one day.
So I hope you don't have all those pre-ordered, because that's a lot.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of funny. Thankfully, I am not interested in any of them, so that kind of saved me the trouble. But it's like put all the games I don't want on the same day. Thanks, guys. You're the best. So, although I might end up buying Dragon Age because I have a habit of doing that.
You're doing that.
I never learn. I never learn.
Watch Arkham Knight come out the same
Oh
way.
god, that would be the worst.
Although I can understand Rocksteady. They'd just be like, yeah, I mean, obviously we're Batman Arkham.
Our license is a lot better than those other licenses. So it's like,
It happens,
you
it's
guys
like,
just did-
I'm sorry, all these other games, but Batman, and
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
exactly. In their case, I would agree with them.
Although I keep hearing rumors that got pushed back though.
Better not.
Tech was already ready to buy his PS4. Then he's
I
like,
am
no.
itching. I am already cracking as we speak. Every new tweet from PlayStation, it's like, oh, look at this new feature. Look at this new feature.
Guess we'll find out come E3 because I mean they're likely to show
God.
something about it.
There might be something where it's like, coming tomorrow if you get a PlayStation 4. If you have a PlayStation 4, it's like, oh, I guess I'll just
Tekken's
rush
already
this
in
one.
line. It's like,
Like the bat signal goes out.
yeah.
What's that?
Oh man, they should totally do that on the nights of E3. Have the bat signal up in LA,
That would be insane. It's like his
but it
bat-
would be like the Arkham bat symbol.
It's like
Oh, that'd be cool.
Batman here? Is that happening?
All right, that's all the news I got.
The Shaq Fu game actually got crowdfunded. So
Why?
that's what I said. So you know.
That's all. That's all there is to say about that.
And then here's a game that's not coming out on October 7th, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, June
Yet.
24th.
Until it gets pushed back.
I'm still iffy on what they're going to do to it
Wait,
to
isn't that a movie tie-in?
contaminate it with the live action release, yeah. But it
It's
also
a partial tie-in.
Yeah, it also features the blank of Cybertron universe, so sad face.
Oh.
It's been
Oh,
corrupted
no.
and co-opted by the live action stink.
'Cause my understanding, the live-action movies have just gotten worse and worse with each iteration.
I'm not even going to see the fourth one. I'm just like, I'm
Uh,
not going to do it. Not going to do it. Can't make me.
I don't know about this. Because I actually like the War for Cybertron game. That's-
Gamers saying just spend the extra $10, keep cheapskates.
on what?
I have no idea.
I think probably Drive Club.
Oh. No, gamer. No. It's the principle of the damn thing. It's the principle. So, yeah.
Alrighty, so I guess that is it for this week's episode.
Cool. So check us out, aimlesspodcast.com. Also on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, where you're watching.
We're everywhere.
And YouTube, where we will archive.
We're also under your bed. Don't check.
You hear a rapid tap, rapid tap.
It's like, Mom!
Anything you have to say before we end this RPG?
I love Kirby.
All right. Well, the game is on, or the hunt is afoot. I'm coming for you, Noah Chuck. And yeah, you're gonna burn. And you're
I
gonna
really
feel
don't know
it.
why you're even bothering with him, to tell you the
I
truth.
know it's my pride RPG. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I think this is gonna be the one where I finally learn my lesson of, like, you just gotta let it go sometimes. You just gotta let it go sometimes. But I can't let it go. I can't. It's Mass Effect, so it's like, that's my personal honor has been insulted, and the call has gone out, and I see the moon and I howl. Yeah, I just
Oh
I
my.
can't control myself. But yeah, until next week. Who will finish the game? Tropical taking it this week, no RPG. Who will, or will there be another chaotic financial ruin from one of the big three console manufacturers?
It'll only be Nintendo.
Will
if
there
it
be another
is.
game that will be set in stone on October 7th, 2014? So many games that day.
Persona 5! Release it!
Will there be another crazy unveil that we don't know about? Who knows? Find out on the next episode of Aimless Babble Z.